let's try attempt number 2. So funny story, I was literally talking for like 5 minutes and showing stuff up, and I hadn't actually clicked the little button to go live. So I get to start again. Hello to everybody who is here live. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me this time. I also want to give shout outs to people that are here right now live. It looks like we have Akman, Sharon, and Lynn. Hello. I hope you are doing well. It should be live this time. I also think that I got a bot set up that probably will be more help to me than you guys, but if you saw a little thing saying 𝐸𝗓𝗏𝒡s bot is running, that is the bot. Glad guys can hear me. Also, hello, quirky, nerdy planner girl. Welcome. So, with the bot, there's a few different things I could do, but one of them should be that I can enter a command like this. But apparently it's not working. What the bot is supposed to do is, oh, it did it. It just took a second. So basically I have a couple of different commands, and it's basically supposed to pop up with whatever I pre-programmed it. So for example, if anybody asks about the like Etsy or something like that, I can just like pop that little thing in the chat and the link's right there, versus saying like, oh, it's in the description, and then you have to go through the description. Not that it's super hard to find, but for people that are here live, I thought it would be a little bit easier. For anybody watching the replay, you will still have to go into the description, and it will still be there. But I figured, you know, might as well. I know there's also some other fun stuff that you can do with these bots. I was just kind of messing around. But yeah, I figured the links and stuff like that would be fun. And again, just kind of experimenting around. So now that we have hopefully all the technical difficulties out of the way, knock on wood, as you can see from the title, we're going to be making stickers live. Hopefully, I'm actually feeling quite unmotivated today. So if you guys end up just wanting to chat, we could do that. If you want to see other parts of my process while we chat, we can do that. Or you can give me suggestions for making stickers live like we did last week. I know last week I was specifically focusing on the compact vertical. As I was taking your sticker suggestions, I'm going to open it up a little bit this time. It does not have to be the compact vertical. It definitely can, but it could be an icon sticker. It could be something for another planner layout. I mean, specifically, I have the dimensions in front of me for Erin Condren vertical and compact vertical. I think I actually do have a horizontal and an hourly planner from a little while ago, and I don't think the dimensions have changed much, so I could do that if that's something you're interested in. But let me know if there are any specific stickers you would like me to create. And as always, this Saturday is just kind of a chill hangout, let's do stuff. So how many stickers will we win if we can guess how long before any of us go off on a tangent? I mean, it won't be long, so yeah. I also want to show you really fast the testing from the stickers that we were making last week. 𝗀𝗏𝗏? Seriously, okay. I should have gone on a spring collecting mission before this. I literally have one actual spring left to show her. 𝗀𝗏𝗏, come on. Show your beautiful face on YouTube before I throw it. Come on. So usually I try to keep her not in front of me. There's 𝗀𝗏𝗏. Oh, aren't you cute? Okay. Now we shall throw the spring. I have, I think, one twist tie and one spring fragment if she wants other things thrown for her later. And hopefully she won't be too much of a bug, aka bug me too much. So, you're always looking for bookish stickers. Okay, yeah, we could definitely do something like that. But I did want to show you kind of the tests from last week. As I said, yeah, these are not up in my Etsy shop yet because, again, I've been really, really bad about getting stuff out. I've been feeling very unmotivated lately. Yay, ADHD. Actually also, beside ADHD, depression's been kicking my ass lately. And I recently found out that apparently having ADHD and depression can be one of two different things. Tangent alert. Ackman, you win, I don't know, infinity stickers for joking about it. But yeah, apparently having depression first and then noticing the ADHD symptoms is like a different condition, I guess, than having ADHD symptoms first and then having the depression. Kind of, I guess, as a result of some of the stuff you go through because of ADHD, which is very interesting and fascinating and something I have to look into more, but I thought that would be interesting. But as always, if you would like to purchase any stickers that I'm designing today or that I designed last week that I'm going to show you today, and they are not available in my Etsy shop, you can just go to Etsy and message me on Etsy. Let me know you would like to buy something that you saw on a designing YouTube stream, and I will put together a custom listing for you with whatever it is. It won't cost you anything extra. That's just really my little kick in the ass to be like, hey, Tef, get your act together. So this is the test of a lot of the stuff we did last week. There's not everything here, but I just wanted to show you how some of them ended up turning out. So we have our, over here, okay. Opie, you are about 2 inches from being put in kitty jail. Okay. So over here we have our date cover. We have the, I don't know, half box for lack of a better term. We have the, again, quarter box for lack of a better term. They aren't really half or quarter boxes per se. Well, the half box one kind of is. The quarter box isn't. Oh, whoops. Woo. There. And then we did a couple of appointment things, paycheck, couple of different meeting things. I know it is not super, super clear here because of the way the camera focus works. I would have to like hold it back here for it to be super clear, and then the focus, and then it would be further away. So hopefully you got a good idea of that. There were a couple of other things that we did. So we did the checklist here. This is what's left of the test sheet for a lot of this stuff. So for the checklists, I personally wasn't a fan of this style where it was slightly wider with bigger hearts. I also wasn't, I mean, this one was okay where they're farther apart, but it's narrower. Oh, whoops, other direction, I think. Anyway, it's not really my style, but I know a lot of people either want more room to write or just write bigger. And then this was supposed to be a box that could go over the month at a glance calendar. So this, so funny story, we sized it, I think, I don't know, based off of like a month, not October, and then I went to October to test it, and I realized that October is a little bit taller than some of the others. So I have to make that one a little taller, but other than that, that's pretty much done. So yeah, that is what we did last week. We also had a lot of fun with different patterns and colors for date covers. So if you weren't here, that is what happened there. So yeah, that was last week, and this week we'll just hang out and do whatever. I have not looked under the furniture lately for springs. I know there must be a ton of springs under the furniture though. They're there. I just haven't bothered to look really soon. We should talk about cats, Lynn. We can always talk about cats around here. Oh my God, the kittens are so big. Okay, I stopped weighing them in grams and started weighing them in ounces because they're so close to 2 pounds. So, and grams, like, I don't know, they're not growing like such small bits now that I absolutely need to measure them in grams. So one of them is at 1 pound 14 ounces, and that the other one is at 1 pound 12 ounces. So close to 2 pounds. 2 pounds, or specifically a little bit bigger than 2 pounds, is when they go back to the shelter, because that's when they can be neutered and put up for adoption in the US shelter system. So yeah, I probably will only have the kittens for another few days, which honestly, I will miss them, but it will be nice to have my bathroom back and not have to worry about kittens trying to get into my pants while I pee. Yeah, literally. At this point, I've stopped trying to stop it. if that makes sense. It's just easier. They've also decided that my leg is a 𝗀𝗠𝗃. So that is fun. But yeah. Let's see, I'm just reading quirky, nerdy planner girls thing. Let's see, I'm poking around your shop for the first time and I really like your style. Be making a purchase in the near future. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do have a coupon code in the description box down below if you want to save a little bit of money. Obviously, I'm not going to force you to use a coupon code, but I figure that I want to give you guys a little something something because you come from YouTube and you support me here. So yeah. Your friend's cat was like that once. He would climb into your underwear. Usually the cats bypass the underwear and then just go into my pants. And I mean, I giggle a little bit at that because I'm like, ooh, that is delightfully, I mean, it sounds delightfully dirty when it's really not. So yeah, one of them, earlier today, I made the mistake of leaving the toilet paper on the little ledge of the tub, and they jumped up and grabbed it and took most of the toilet paper off the roll, which is a very cat thing to do. And in fact, it is that exact thing that got Coco and Opal banned from the bathroom. And before you ask, why isn't it just on a toilet paper holder? It's because my toilet paper is like on the wall, kind of back here. I mean, it's down further, but I have noticed that because I have to like kind of go around and get it, if I keep the toilet paper roll just like on the side of my tub, because I'm not like twisting around, I don't end up using as much because there's not as much that's taken off just because of the angles, if that makes sense. I know it's a little weird, but yeah. Cats in your pants planner stickers. You see, that would be adorable, but I feel like you would kind of need the context for that. That would be a little bit weird without context. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and switch into our lovely screen share. Here we go. I literally just pulled up the program that I use to design stickers. Let me size this. Yeah, this is a mess. It started out as the test sheets that I showed you earlier, and then I realized that for the date covers, it would be a pain in the ass to use my normal sticker sheet size, so I was trying to come up with like an alternative that like fits them well and actually looks nice, because I don't know, my standard sheet and the size of the compact vertical just don't work super well together. And so I was kind of working on this. I haven't printed it out and tested it yet, but Monday looks like onions. I mean, to be fair, most of them are Monday. Oh, the fourth Monday. Okay, yeah, the fourth Monday. Oh, I see. I was thinking like you were thinking that looked like onions. Yeah, it's supposed to be pearls. Honestly, I don't know if all of these patterns are actually going to make it into the shop. We were just having fun with patterns. Typically, when I design these sorts of stickers, I mostly just design them in solid colors, and then they only get patterns if they're going to end up going into a sticker kit. That is another thing we could do today. If anybody is interested, we could actually start designing a compact vertical sticker kit, and kind of figure something out there. That could be kind of fun. Or we could just take sticker requests like last time. I should have mentioned that at the very beginning. And then these are the other stickers. Again, just kind of randomly here. And then I pulled one of those off. I don't think I haven't brought it back on yet, but that's the taller one that I resized to fit correctly. You'd love to see that making the sticker kit. Okay, so the sticker kit, part of that is going to be, I mean, it's going to be kind of an experiment and like, oh, what do you guys think I should do and things like that, because I know that other people have created a sticker kit, or sticker kits for compact vertical. I took a very close glance at Planner Kate, but somebody told me, and I'm forgetting off the top of my head who it was, so I apologize. But I was told by somebody that a lot of people on Etsy have been taking what Planner Kate did and kind of replicating it in their own shop. And Planner Kate's amazing. Don't get me wrong, not bashing Planner Kate. There's a reason why she's like the #1 planner sticker seller on Etsy and often in the top 10 sellers on Etsy. Like sometimes she's the #1 seller on Etsy. I know a lot of people wouldn't usually look at those stats, but I have as a seller. So I mean, like, she's amazing. But I want to have something created that's my own before I go look at hers and think, okay, she did that well. Can I take something and, that she did and like improve it or make it my own? Like, I want to have my own base so that I don't get into something where I am unintentionally, or intentionally for that matter, but unintentionally copying what she's doing, if that makes sense. So I prefer to do that. I'd prefer to do something on my own. See, sorry. I always like stop mid-thought because I'm trying to read the comments and I'm just really bad at doing this. Okay, so let's do this. Since a bookish sticker was requested, let's do that. And then we'll do a compact vertical kit and like we'll start working on that. And if nothing else comes up with the compact vertical kit, we'll be able to use some of these, but then we'll have to also create a lot of other stickers that go into it. And probably what I'll do is I will pull the files of my current Erin Condren vertical full kit and mini kit, and we can kind of use that as inspiration to create new stickers with the compact vertical dimensions, if that makes sense. So as far as bookish stickers go, is there anything specifically you were thinking of? Were you thinking of like a currently reading sticker? Were you thinking of, I don't know, like, I'm just trying to throw ideas out there. And by the way, if you weren't here last week or didn't see it last week, I often do a lot of my designing either in the margins or if there is any free space on the page. Also, the red lines are kiss cut lines. That's where the sticker itself is going to be cut out. And the blue line right here is where the sticker sheet is going to be cut out. So that is how the program kind of looks. And then I also have my lovely little scanned in compact vertical page. See, I grabbed September, and October is like one of those months that, because of where everything falls, it has like the first day on a Saturday and then it goes a little bit into another week, if that makes sense. So it's like a little weird. Okay, so currently reading in half box size would be often. I currently use half box stickers for my daily duo at the top. Okay, so just to be clear, when we're talking half box size, I know typically when I think about half box stickers, because I primarily end up using my classic vertical planner, 7x9 vertical, maybe is what I should be calling it, my 7x9 vertical. I think of the box sizes in that size. Is that what you were thinking when you were saying a half box, or is there a different like half box you were thinking of? So let me know that. And then what I'm gonna do, actually, I just pulled that up. This is an attempt at a printable version of these little cute tissue box stickers. They're not up on Etsy yet because printable stickers are a pain in the ass. That's why they're not up on Etsy yet. I have finally accepted that I need to hire some help from my Etsy shop to get some of the stuff done. Like, mostly, I don't want to call it busy work, because it's not busy work. Like, and it's not like just data entry and stuff like that, but it's some like creating mock-ups, because it's always the same thing every time. Like the kind of stuff that you could do while you're watching something, I guess. That's, unless I'm in the exact right mood, the stuff I don't end up wanting to do. Seriously, are you it wants to spend forever shutting this down. I was just trying to clear things up. Whatever. Hopefully I will not have to close the program down and restart it. Not that that would be the worst thing in the world, but you know, I don't want to if I don't have to. We'll give it another minute. So, come on. What is wrong with you, computer? Usually you don't do this. Okay. So let's see. So you looked at the half boxes in my shop and those are exactly what you're looking for. So are you talking about like the size that you were looking for? I feel like I need to look on Etsy as to what a lot of people do for currently reading stickers. Okay, size-wise, that's what you're looking for. 'Cause I've only made one currently reading sticker. It was a long time ago, and I'm gonna be honest, it went out in my subscription box, my sticker subscription box, and I didn't end up being the most pleased with it. Like, just in hindsight, just it was not my fave. So what I am going to do, oh my God, I should have restarted my computer before this. Yes, narcissistic picture of myself. So let's, yeah, this computer really needs to be restarted. So let's pull an Etsy window down. All right, I should have sized this ahead of time. That's okay. Okay, so currently reading sticker. Let's see what other people like to do. When I don't have an idea for a sticker, I do like to look at what other people do, and then I will not look at it as I'm designing, if that makes sense, because again, I want to have my own take on it. Okay, so it looks like a lot of people do quarter boxes, and either with a book on this side or saying currently reading at the top, or both. That's kind of cute where it has the page number. We have like just script currently readings. I'm thinking you're talking about doing something more along the lines of one of these two, but a half box instead of a quarter box, correct? Ooh, I like the idea of being able to give your star rating here. That's kind of cool. More star ratings. I mean, that's not quite currently reading, but yeah, that would be cool. Okay, so yeah, let's do currently reading. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to open up probably a mini kit that I can just grab the quarter or the half box sticker from to use as a template, and we'll do mermaids, and then we can use the same thing. We can use the same thing for the compact vertical kit. Ooh, Ackman, I like the idea of doing the return to the library sticker. I am so bad at returning books to the library. So bad. I was already bad at it in the first place, and then I made the mistake of, okay, not the mistake, but I volunteered at the library as a teenager, and for a while, they have since stopped this policy, but for a while, if you volunteered at my local library, you got fine-free status on your account. So it made me even worse at returning library books on time. My library, I don't get stuff out a ton because I find that I listen to a lot more audiobooks than actually read books. I know I went on a whole audiobook diatribe the other day, so I will try not to like completely get into that. But because the library has other options, because the library has the app where you can download audiobooks, I don't tend to go into the library anymore to get those. And so, and even movies, I mean, now that you can stream stuff, I very rarely actually need to go in to check out a movie. I can usually just stream it from wherever. Ooh, one of your area libraries is fine free. That is very cool. I know that some of the libraries around my area are significantly more lax about waiving fines than others. The one that's closest to me is a community library, so they actually get a fair amount of their funding from fines. But some of the other ones in my area, more like the city libraries, since they get their funding from the city and the fines don't really have a huge impact on them and how much money they have to operate, they're like, yeah, we'll waive them. And they're all in the same library system. So you could just, like, in theory, if I had a bunch of fines, I could just drive to the one that is better at waiving fines and go ask that they're waived. My mom used to work at the library. That's how I figured all this stuff out. Like, she volunteered like I did, and then she actually worked there for quite a while, and that's how she got, like, all the really good behind-the-scenes stuff. Whereas when I volunteered there, I volunteered for the summer reading program, which was like the cushiest volunteer job ever. It was awesome. Basically, you sign people up for, or kids up specifically for the summer reading program, and then once they complete it, you give them their prizes. But I volunteered typically on Sunday, and for quite a while, Sunday was like the dead day at the library. I don't mean that completely literally. Obviously, nobody was actually dead, but there were not nearly as many people in. So I could effectively just hang out and read the whole time. Not the whole time, but literally my volunteer gig was to go find a book on the shelves that looked interesting and read it. And when someone came up to the table, help them and then go back to reading. It's pretty awesome. So there was a few years when I was in, I think, middle school and high school, where I basically had the Sunday shifts basically taken. The library on Sunday, I think it's still the same hours. It might be different, but it was 12 to 5. And I would basically, I'd either do the whole 12 to 5 or sometimes I'd just do 2 to 5. And for a long time, there weren't a lot of volunteers that would come in on that day. Summer reading, the desk was always staffed by teenagers. So again, this is when I was a teenager. And so that is kind of how the whole thing went. And I absolutely loved getting my volunteer hours, being able to just kind of sit there and read. And as I said, cushiest volunteer job ever. Oh, you're the oddball with library cards in 3 counties. I was kind of like that for a little while when I was in college, but that was because 2 of the library cards were from here, and then 1 of the library cards was from the city or town. I think it was technically a city, but I mean, it was a town. The town that I went to the college in. And so I had 3. I think right now I technically only, not even technically, I think I only have 1 library card at the moment, because I think my library card for the next county over probably expired a while ago. But for the most part, I'm not sure how I want to do this. For the most part, I would really actually only use my library card from the next county over for taking out digital stuff, because if you have, I think if it's like more than $1 in fines and anything overdue, it wouldn't let you take stuff out. And so back when I was physically taking stuff out and getting digital stuff, then I would essentially use 1 for one and 1 for the other. It was also easy for a lot of people to get multiple library cards during the pandemic, because a lot of libraries started a thing where you didn't have to physically go in to get the card. And you didn't have to like prove where you live, because I know some libraries only let you get the card if you're in the specific area, but that got a little bit easier for a while. I'm assuming it's changed back now, but yeah. Ooh, Pittsburgh is fine free. So their funding is better, yeah. For the academic planners reading assignment due stickers. Oh my, you're giving me, well, okay, I'm saying it as if I don't want suggestions, which is like, maybe not. Okay. No, you're all making me think back to check out the machine on the card. And okay. Oh, it's great for ebook options. You're all making me think back to check out the machine that printed on the card in the pocket. Oh, and stamped the due date. Sounded like an old time clock. I was fairly young when my library switched to not doing that. I don't know if it was, I think it might have been a stamp in my area, but yeah, I was fairly young. Like I must have been like early elementary school or something like that when they stopped doing that in my area. So mostly I just remember the actual not the actual, but the, you know, the electronic system, basically. Man, my computer's slow today. I really should have restarted it before the stream. Sorry about the slow ass computer. Maybe if I shut some stuff down, it will be better. Oh, I know what's, I need to, that's probably the thing I'm trying to shut down right now. I would not be surprised if that's what's slowing things down. I can also shut Photoshop down. Okay, I think I like that size a tad better. Well, and now they have things where they can like somehow put a chip in the book, and then they can just put the stack of books you're checking out on like a pad, and it reads all the chips and it checks them out. And I'm like, it's witchcraft. It's craziness. I'm not sure if I like how the lines are, and I think part of it's the font because it doesn't have the lines, the stroke or the line around it all smoothed out and stuff like that. I might have to find another font. Oh, I'm glad you like the blue. It literally was just like kind of luck of the draw as to that's what I ended up grabbing. Whenever possible, I like to use a previous sticker as a template for the new sticker, just so I don't have to redo as much. Okay, so I think there are a couple of different ways I could do this. So the first thing I need to do regardless is I need to make an offset. Let's start with 0.035 maybe. See how that looks. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay. So now I need to connect those together real fast. So all I do for these offsets to like when the words don't connect together is I just I go into the mode where I can edit like the actual, it's called curves in most programs, where I can edit like the points. And so I just make them so they cross over, and then I can go into the merge menu and I can just merge them. So there. And then I think I actually want to make this whole thing white. Let me take away the stroke here for a sec and see if that makes it look better. Okay. So I don't think I like it going as far down, but I also have to consider how it's going to be cut on the top. Okay, I think here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go back a little bit. Yeah, that's good enough. Line style, we're going to go to 0 because I don't want to see the line. And then I'm going to select the cut line for the quarter box sticker, and I'm going to merge those together. Weld, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that little bit right there because it looks funky. And I'm not surprised that it looks funky. to be clear. Corner. I'm getting at this point like into a little bit of the weeds of how you do the cutting stuff. But I feel like if you're going to be watching me do stuff, I should at least attempt to like explain to you a little bit what I'm doing. Otherwise it could be kind of confusing, I guess. And then also keep in mind that everything, you know, above the blue or whatever is going to end up being white unless I put something behind it. So, I mean, I could make what's behind this blue. I'm not sure if I want to go that route quite yet, so let's play around a little bit more. Oh, so what I was going to say when I was talking about the cutting process is, oh no, here's what I was going to do. I was going to flip it so that we have a black inside and a white outside. I know it looks funky for a sec. No, white outside. Black, no, wait. Black outside, white inside is what I meant to do, because then I can do white around it and hopefully it will look good. If that makes sense. Here, let me do this again. So, oh, so what I was gonna say is that I use Silhouette to cut my stickers, and the other one that people talk a lot about is Cricut. And the reason why I bring that up is because, actually, I'm not gonna do that. Can you go back for me, please? Thank you. The reason why I bring that up specifically is because you have a lot more control about where things cut on a Silhouette machine than on a Cricut. And I am aware that I might just be a Silhouette snob, but I see videos and tutorials all the time on like TikTok and YouTube, mostly TikTok, of like how to do this and that, like in, you know, set up this file for Cricut in Procreate or whatever it is. And it's something I could do in this program fairly easily. And so I'm like, as much as I would love to say it ultimately comes down to personal preference, I'm of the opinion that if you're ever planning on getting past the like very basic beginner stage, you're probably better off getting a Silhouette. And of course, now that I've done this, I'm thinking, do I actually want blue all the way up there? But at least now I have the background in place and I can play around more. And if anybody has ideas for what I should do with any of this, like, oh, try this, feel free to mention it. No, not quite that big. Maybe 0.5? 0.05 is what I needed. So right now, as I'm looking at how big I want to make this, I'm looking at, so what I'm doing is going to end up being white, I think, but currently it's the black lines. So what I'm looking at is where these are in relationship to this box and how I want it all to line up. I hope that makes sense. I think I like that a little better. So let's give that a shot. So now it needs to think for a sec. And now I'm going to go and actually make it the color I want it to be. Okay, so I want it to be white. And I want to get rid of the black line, and then I can go back in and mess around with the actual colors a little bit more if I want to. You're also challenged creatively, and that your idea of a creative outlet is placing other people's artwork on the paper. I feel you actually in that. I'm not liking this. Interestingly enough, I'm not liking this. I feel you. I have to be in the right mood to be creative. And I also have to be doing the right thing, if that makes sense. I'm gonna grab the sticker again because I want the outline of the sticker once again, just the half box outline. So for example, like I can typically be like, doing this sort of stuff, I feel incredibly creative. If you ask me to draw something, I have some technical drawing skill in theory, but I have a very hard time thinking about what I actually want to draw. And as a result, I get very frustrated very fast. In fact, that's how I got diagnosed with dysthymia/mild depression, which I then figured out was actually ADHD and not depression. Well, primarily ADHD, I should say. Oh no, that wasn't the one I wanted. I wanted this one. Well, actually, let me keep that. I can barely draw a straight line with the ruler, so don't feel bad. I also managed to cut the tip of my finger off once with a ruler right before a final in college. It was an art final. So yeah, that was fun. Do I still have a scar from that? A little bit. This is the kind of blue, I don't know if it's actually what it's called, but I think of it as like a cornflower blue. And when I was a little kid, I was trying to teach myself, HTML, which is the website coding language for anybody who doesn't know. And in addition, okay, so I'm trying to explain this without getting into the weeds too much because I don't want to confuse people. But typically when you're saying what kind of color you want something to show or be, you use what's called, use a hex code, which is a series of letters and numbers that says what the thing is. Hypertext markup language, I mean, yes, HTML. And so when you're saying what color you want as part of this, what color you want, you use this code of letters and numbers to dictate what color you're going to use, right? But there are actually still there are names of different colors you can use. There aren't as many that you can choose from. But when I was a little kid I think I was like 11. So yeah, I was a little kid, but not like super small. Anyway, I preferred those, is what I was trying to say. Okay, this is one of those really interesting situations. Give me a sec to puzzle this out. Sorry, okay, so typically I have bleeds on my stickers, which is a little bit of printing outside of the cut line so that if and when they cut off, I say if and when because they will cut off a little bit. It might not be noticeable to anybody but me in a lot of cases, but it will cut off a little bit. I don't end up with a white line around a sticker that's not supposed to have it. So if you ever get like a printable sticker on Etsy, a lot of them do not have bleeds. And so if and when your cutting machine or if you're manually cutting, they cut a little off, again, you will end up with a tiny white line. If you're getting printable stickers on Etsy though, you're paying significantly less. So it's a better, it's easier to like swallow if you have that issue. Whereas when you're buying stickers, they're not cheap. And so I want to make sure that they look good. So I have the bleed on the half box sticker, and because my brain isn't working today, I basically need to get rid of that part of the bleed so that it looks cohesive. Otherwise it's gonna look weird. So I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I'm gonna do this the janky way. So I am going to make a box. I am going to take the fill out of the box. And I'm just gonna align it right where I want that bleed to end. I'm gonna select the box and this, and then I'm gonna go into my merge thing. And I always have to try this a couple times. Nope, crop is not it. Subtract. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I basically just cut it off there. So all of this up here is going to end up being white in the background because it's going to be printed on white paper. Now I'm going to come back here real fast. I'm just going to change the lines of this so it's a little cleaner because I could have done it. Actually, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to do it nicer from the get-go. Now that I think about it, I'm just going to do it nicer. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, so to simulate what the sticker is going to actually look like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the cut line area and I'm going to put a white background on it. I'm going to send it to the back. And then I'm just gonna like realign it so you can get a better idea of what the finished sticker will look like because there's gonna be some white in the sticker that's not currently showing. I'm not gonna take away the blue bleeds on the edge, but this will at least give you a better idea. This edge here is bugging me a little bit. Ugh. I'm done with this right now. This is as good as it's gonna get for the moment. I'm sorry, I've just decided. that I'm done with this. I also have a little bit of a headache, and I think it is from a little bit of low blood sugar. So what I am going to do is I am going to take a quick, I don't know, 5-10 minute break from streaming, get a quick snack. I know I have some yogurt in the fridge. I'm going to try to scrounge something else together real fast because I don't want to stop streaming, but I think I need something to eat. So I am just going to put on my Be Right Back thing, and I will come back. Heads up, my Be Right Back screen is not set up with a chat replay on it. So if you're here live, you are welcome to chat while I'm gone. In fact, I encourage you to chat while I'm gone. I don't know, you can plan against me or come up with other stuff. But if you're watching the replay, I'm sorry, you will not be able to see the whole conversation. You'll just be able to see what's available in the chat window once I come back. So I just wanted to give you a heads up beforehand. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back in, as I said, like 5 or 10 minutes. So currently it's 5:01 here. So I'll be back by like 5 or 10 after, probably somewhere in there. Yeah. Hostile takeover. I mean, you can try. Actually, I should not bait you guys. One of you guys could probably actually manage it. Okay. I'll be back real soon. Thanks for your patience while I go get food. Hello. I decided to grab the kitties for a sec, and because they were crying a little bit and they wanted attention. And I figured that you guys would like to see the kitties. So here are the kittens. They're huge. They're ginormous. Absolutely huge. This is the smaller one. Look how big he is. Look. He's like more than 2 handfuls. Look at him. He's huge. And we got the other one. He's a little bit bigger than the black one, but look at him. Ah, you're falling. That's the other thing. They're still easy to hold like this, but they're getting a little harder. So, yes, the cutie kittens, the cute kittens. They're also losing their, like, rounded kitten faces, and their faces, like, they're growing up from, like, kittens to, like, mini cat kittens, if that makes sense. So, yeah, anyway, I thought, hey, that's not a biting finger. Not that any of my other fingers are biting fingers, but that one's really not a biting finger. That's also not a biting finger. So yeah, these are they're gonna have to go back in the bathroom in just a sec. So I'll put up the be right back real soon. But as I said, they were crying a little bit, and I figured they could get some attention. And you guys could see them. Also, Coco and Opal are not away in my bedroom because while they are not fans of the kittens, they're not trying to antagonize them or anything like that anymore. They don't tend to hiss too much. So I wish I had a better way to like hold the kittens up and show you them. Hey, I thought we went over that. That's not a biting finger. Because I feel like the best way for me to hold them, for me to like keep them contained. But you guys don't get to see their cute little kitten faces as much. Hey, we went over this. Not a biting finger. Let me take a look at the chat. I know there was a lot that happened while I was gone. I'm probably not going to go read it all. Oh yes, all the fluffy cuteness. I only have one up right now. I'm supposed to be editing 2 right now. Oh, okay, we're talking about other stuff. I have been wanting to catch a TEF live video. Yay, I'm glad you're able to come here live. I mean, cats are adorable. I also understand that there are many, many logistical reasons why one would not be able to or want a cat. Well, 𝗚𝗏𝘁, these cats are significantly younger than you. I think they're 7 or 8 weeks old. And when you were 7 or 8 weeks old, people would come running when you cried to get attention. They also weren't crying that much. Like, it's not the kind of crying that's like, oh no, I need to go to them real fast. It was just like, hey, this is a good opportunity crying. Hey, we went over this. That's not a biting finger. Oh, probably shouldn't put him up on my head. Put you here. Oh, nope, he's not into the shoulder thing. Maybe he doesn't like the fan. But, I mean, I've talked about this a million times, but if you aren't ready to commit to a cat, but you would like to have a temporary cat, I would highly recommend contacting your local animal shelter. If you have a humane society locally, that is really great. And they are always wanting fosters, especially in the spring during kitten season. Oh, you're saying you just not the right time because you need a bigger place. Yeah. I mean, these guys are living in my bathroom. I will not pretend like I have a big bathroom or anything like that. Okay, that could have been bad because he fell and he could have fallen on my hard floors because I do not have carpets. So let's not climb anymore. That's a crazy thing to tell a kitten, I'm aware. But yeah, that makes sense that kittens or cats in general would need a space to retreat from the dog. A few years ago, for a Christmas present, my dad actually made me some shelves that are cat shelves. I mean, they are cat shelves. They could be used for something else, but they are put like near the ceiling so that I can have like a little, they're over by my kitchen. Not that I have a dog that lives here, but since cats do like to be up high, they can kind of use that as their little like getaway so they can see what's going on and get around without having to touch the ground. Because my mom's cat Kiki does sometimes come over, and while my cats are not afraid of dogs, I would not say they are fond of dogs either. They're not like, oh yay, the dog. They're like, oh, it's a dog. You stay over there, I stay over here, we're good. If the dog starts barking and gets too close, there will be a hiss involved. So yeah. So yeah. Hey, my chin's not a biting chin either. I need to put these guys away, so you're going to see my Be Right Back screen for another couple minutes, but I just thought this would be a good opportunity. Belly, 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 belly. One thing I like to do with my fosters, and you could call this, I don't think this is being mean. I think it's like intentionally kind of like testing the limits or seeing what they'll put up with. Because one thing I can do when I bring them back to the Humane Society is I can say like, what kind of family I think the cat would be good for. So if it's a kitten that like really doesn't like to have their tail touched or, you know, anything like that, then I'll be like, okay, this might not be the best cat for somebody with kids. But especially with kittens, because they have them so young, I can kind of get them used to being like able to be touched anywhere, you know? And then that will make them a little bit, you know, it will make them a better fit for more different homes. So, like, you know, I don't rub their belly for an hour straight or even 5 minutes, you know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, something like that. I touch their tails, I touch their paws, all that good stuff, just so that they can hopefully get used to being touched everywhere. They've had a couple of pedicures. Those they were not fond of. I'm not sure if they'll ever be fond of pedicures, but again, just so I can hopefully get them used to stuff, and if anything does come up that their future forever home needs to be aware of, I can tell them ahead of time. That way we do not, they don't go to somewhere that ends up being a bad fit and then they end up being brought back and stuff like that. Because being in a shelter is very traumatic to an animal. Obviously they get used to it and it's often better than some of the alternatives, but I don't want to have them go, I don't want them to have to go through it any more than necessary, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm gonna put up my Be Right Back, put these guys away, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie, I am back for real this time. I hope you guys enjoyed the little kitten interlude. So let us move on the sticker designing. Heads up, I'm definitely feeling better since I had a little snack. I was able to eat some yogurt and I had a bowl of cereal because I don't have all that much that I can eat real fast right now. Usually I like to keep granola bars or something around in case, I don't have time to make something, but I do not currently have much in the way of food that can just be grabbed at the moment. So I had to get creative. And in case anybody's curious, I ate Honey Nut Cheerios. Yep, current favorite cereal. It's like just sweet enough. So I get the little sweetness, but like not so sweet that my tummy's like, you just had a bowl of sugar. Not that a bowl of sugar is bad, but my tummy doesn't always like it. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the kit. I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to do or I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to stream, even though I'm feeling a little bit better. I am still definitely feeling a little run down. So I figure we'll just start it, and I'm guessing I probably won't finish the compact vertical kit today. So we can just continue that next Saturday or whenever. I'm going to start by using my current mini kit as a base and go from there. I'm also going to pull some of the stickers that I designed last week, and I'm probably going to be asking you guys a lot of stuff because this is going to be interesting. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to save as this file so that I do not destroy it. You always love kitty therapy. Sorry, I derailed you. I'm not sure what that is. So if you're talking to me, I don't think you have to be sorry. I probably don't need this. This is a little thing that I usually use when I'm using, typically when I make a new kit, I use a previous kit as a template for the new one, and so I have a little thing that I put together with the old colors and the new colors, so I know what color needs to replace by what, so I don't have to like do all the testing again. So obviously this is this is not a compact vertical kit. This is a 7x9 vertical kit. So we're going to have to make a lot of changes. Ackman, if you're like me, I would save as version 10 by now, save new for almost everything. I don't save a new version for everything I do. I actually do have some old versions, but what I tend to do in that case, and let me see if I can find a file where I actually have done this, is like if I drastically change up the formatting, I will essentially make a subfolder. Does this have it? No. I think this might have it. So I'll make like an old. So in this case, I actually archived the actual files onto a different drive. So they're not there, but so some of them are like old square corners. Some of them are just old because I changed up the formatting for one reason or another. I started making my kits with square corners on the edge of the sheets versus now they're rounded. And then I've also changed my kit formatting a few times. And then I've also done that for a couple of other things, but the kits is the only one I think that have anything other than just square corner updates. So, and then as I said, some of them get archived to another drive for other purposes. But what I do often do is pull something into the margins so that I can, so that I don't, so if I want to pull that sticker back in, I don't lose it. So I don't think I have any here right now, but I mean, kind of like we were doing here. So like every time I did something, I would like copy it and I would keep the old version typically. Or like I was messing around here with the size of things, of the sticker thing, and like I kept this old version of the name here. I probably didn't have to because I could easily copy it from another one, but here were some other things I held on to. Anyway, yeah, I don't tend to name versions of the sticker sheets like that, but I will take old things and I'll put them off to the side. Or sometimes if I am changing the size of a sticker, I'll like put all of the different sizes on the side and then I'll just put them into the sheet and save as with the correct size. So yeah, I have that. Should probably pull this over so we have that to size stuff. Oh, reраiled your train of thought, original plan for today's stream. Today, honestly, I set up the stream a little bit ahead of time. And then, yeah, I mean, I didn't really feel like designing stickers, so I was like, we'll just kind of play it by ear, because I said when I announced that I was going to be streaming most Saturdays, that Saturday was going to be kind of loosey-goosey and kind of a, you know, let's see how this thing goes. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use the date covers yet, but let's pull them over since I have some of these made. Where did those get pasted? I really should zoom out a little bit. There they are. They're down here. And then I should pull in some of these. Again, not entirely sure if I'm going to use them all, but might as well pull them in just in case. And good enough. So the thing I'm trying to figure out, oh, I didn't actually, sometimes I try to like copy a bunch of stuff and some of them become unselected as I go, which is annoying. Okay, so we have the long ones, we have the short checklists. I need to come back over here and grab these because they got unselected. Okay, so. on, seriously? Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these and put them over here. I actually haven't laid out a kit in a long time. The last time I made some kit modifications, I think was over a year ago. I take that back, but I'll get to that in a second. The last time I made major kit changes was over a year ago. And remember that year that Erin Condren had the little stupid hexagon? And I actually made decorative hexagon covers in my kits. You might not remember that, but I did. And then I was so annoyed at those hexagons, and then I finally got to take them out. But I had designed this version, I guess, of the mini kit with the hexagon, so I had to redesign it without. It wasn't hard, but and then the other small change I made to the kit, which really didn't constitute a like redesign or a layout, is I used to have all 8 full boxes or decorative full boxes in the kit, and I changed the last one to be this sticker because I figured, like, with a mini kit, I am the kind of person who always does love decorative full boxes. I know not everybody does, but I do. And I always get really annoyed when a mini kit for at least the Erin Condren vertical does not have like a full 7. So I wanted to do that. But I also wanted to make sure that I wasn't providing extra stickers. So I took out 1 full box and I put the daily checklist in. But that, because of the same size, it was literally just to like pull it out, put something in, sort of deal. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of this. And if my mouse will actually let me, I'm going to deselect the sticker sheets, and I'm going to put these off to the side. This is going to serve a dual purpose. First off, it's going to give me any templates I need. And second, it's going to serve to show what stickers I had in the mini kit. And so I can, if I'm not sure like what to do, I can use that as an inspiration. I'm also not sure, like with this compact vertical, I'm kind of using the mini kit as a template because it would be annoying to use the full kit as a template. But an argument could be made, well, not an argument could be made. My point, I'm not sure if I'm going to constrain myself to just 2 sheets. I do like to keep my kits an even number of sheets because most of my stickers are printed to order. So I don't want to end up with like extras if it's like 3 sheets, but it might be 2 sheets, it might be 4 sheets, if that makes sense. So it just kind of depends on how I put this together, and maybe I'll have 2 versions. So for instance, I would like to put the date covers in here. But if I don't end up having enough room for all the date covers, then, you know, then maybe, you know, I'll have 1 version, you know, with some extra stickers and 1 without. Drives you nuts not having 7 of something that could be used later. Okay, some mini kits. Okay, I haven't bought anybody else's mini kits for a while. So so this could be like not regularly done anymore. But back in the day, there were some mini kits that would literally have like 3 or 4 checklists, or sometimes 5. I'm like, dude, just because it's the weekend doesn't mean I have things. It doesn't mean I'm gonna not have things to do. I don't know. It got me really annoyed. So I was very like, I'm not as big. I don't always. I'm not. Bleh. I'm not as strict about it when it comes to quarter boxes and half boxes, but when it comes to things like checklists, there has to be 7 of them. I'm sorry, there's no getting around it. There are 7. Yes, Ackman, I like to keep my sheets together. been thinking about is should I, and if so, how do I do decorative boxes for the compact vertical? I'm thinking like maybe a decorative half box, but then I'm trying to think like realistically, would that actually leave people enough room? I don't know. I haven't come to that quite yet, I think. Yeah, Sharon, I feel like so many planners, maybe not so many planners, but a lot of planners seem to kind of assume that people don't have shit going on the weekends or something. And there are some planners, like, it's annoying when a teacher lesson planner, for instance, doesn't have too much for the weekends, but like, okay, like you could make an assumption that most teachers aren't going to do stuff on the weekends. It's, you know, more of the exception rather than, or okay, I shouldn't say do stuff on the weekends. I should say most teachers are not going to teach class on the weekends. So teaching class on the weekends is more of the exception than the rule. But at the same time, even teachers who don't necessarily teach class on the weekends probably do stuff on the weekends. So there should at least be space, you know? I don't know. I'm not a teacher, so I can't really speak to that. You're saying you're the queen of using those types of things for things you do or track every day. Are you talking about the half and the quarter boxes? At this point in time, I'm not going to redesign my 7x9 vertical mini kits to include more of those, but since you're here giving your feedback for the compact vertical mini kit, we could definitely make that happen. The full, oh wait a minute, the 6-page Erin Condren kit has like, it has a lot of stickers. Let me actually pull that up. I'm gonna, let's see, give me a sec. I'm actually gonna pull up a listing on Etsy because I think it will just be easier for me to show you one of my listings on Etsy that has like a preview of all the pages to kind of show you the stickers than to actually pull up the files. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I suck at getting my kits up on Etsy. Currently for that mermaid kit, I have only the mini kit up in the shop. I don't have the full kit up, even though it's designed. So, I think I've talked about this a little bit, but I've come to the conclusion that I desperately need to hire help. I think I've talked about this a couple, maybe today. I'm just like now like intimidated by the idea of actually hiring help. I think I did talk about this earlier, but not necessarily talked about the intimidation portion of things. They could be saving space for a big weekend page to make the weekdays bigger, or they think people could have more than one planner, one for home, one for school. Yeah. Why not just delete up to the day part and then use the rest of the word? That would be the smart thing to do. Okay. So let me go back to my lovely little screen share. Oh, can I make this bigger? I think I can. Okay, so this is what my big kits typically look like. So the first page has 4 quarter boxes and has the full boxes. And then the page 2 has 6 page flags. It should be 7, but whatever. It has 2 habit trackers, and then it has 8 full box checklists. Then we have this page where we have date covers, 8 half boxes, a bunch of these. We have 2 like, you know, daily thingies. Sorry, apparently I'm using words or losing words. There are only 5 work stickers. I think that was a space thing because I know some people, okay, most people only work 5 days a week, but I know with some jobs, especially if you work retail or something else where your hours are not consistent, sometimes even if you like have 2 days off a week, you might have like 1 week where you work 6 or 7 days in like the calendar week. But anyway, there are 7 water stickers. There are ribbon checklists, 7 of those, because I do like to have 2 checklists a lot of times in my planner. So I wanted to make sure there were both options for people that wanted different checklist options, for people that, you know, wanted the ribbon versus the full box, but also if you want 2 checklists in a day, I wanted to make sure there was enough for that. Then we have these, which double as like quote unquote washi strips, or you could write, they could be headers. So you could use them for either 3 bills dues, 2 canceled, and then these are the last 2 pages. These are headers, so today to do, littles, and then a bunch of these, and then these are like the pre-filled out headers, and then a bunch of these. So we have some hearts, some asterisks, TV, laundry, mail, phone, and then meal trackers. There are some corner page stickers, and then this is the last one. So some deco. This is the only part that like really changes as far as the number of stickers, because I don't draw this, by the way. I license this artwork, and usually it comes with a set. So I kind of look at what's there and I just kind of put things together for the deco. Weekend banner, bunch of script stickers, and then bottom box stickers instead of what a lot of people, the bottom washi that a lot of people do. Because when Erin Condren added the bottom boxes, and then people just kept putting down the bottom washi, like that's great. And I'll be honest, I don't always use that space anyway, but by putting the bottom washi over it, you're definitely taking away some usability from that space. And so I figured that the bottom boxes, you still have your stills decorative, but you kind of keep that rounded motif that you have at the top and the bottom. Notice how I also kept that in my date covers, so that you still have that rounded thing going on. And then at the bottom, you also have, I mean, they're essentially half boxes that are rounded at the bottom, so that you have that space. So anyway, I just wanted to show you for reference what a 6-page sticker kit, what my 6-page sticker kits look like. And for the most part, I change out the graphics and I change out the colors, I change out the deco, but I don't change out the layout, if that makes sense. Let's see, Quirky Nerd Planner Girl, it's a scary change. You are trusting your baby to other people while also recognizing growth. Very much appreciate the water stickers in that style. I'm glad you like them. You use the bottom space in your Erin Condren, Sharon. I do not use washi tape at the bottom. I place it at the top. Ooh, okay. I don't see too many people placing it at the top, like in that style. But you know how like a lot of kits will have like kind of thicker washi strips that are sized for the bottom, like that was what my bottom boxes were kind of meant to be instead of. And I actually, the old versions had thick washi strips, but yeah, when Erin Condren made that change, I think I was actually, okay, I'm just going to toot my own horn. Toot for a minute here. As far as I know, I'm the first person on Etsy that got bottom box stickers out on the market. I was hoping they were going to be a huge seller. They were not, but that's okay, because they're available and I can still toot my own horn. Anyway. Friday day. Oh, I'm so glad that what I have in my kits is good for your process. I actually, so I designed my kits. I did the basic designing of them a few years ago, so it was a long time ago. But again, I keep writing day twice. When I designed my kits, I actually had a couple people that I knew at the time who did sticker kit planning as well. And I brought my kits to them. I made sure that all the stickers that I would need in a kit were there. And then I also asked them what they would need. So for instance, I don't really do meal planning. This was the 6-page kits, by the way. The mini kits came later. I don't really do meal planning, but one of the people that I brought it to does do meal planning. And so she told me, it's like, well, you know, you should probably do meal planning. I'm like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. So I added those little meal planning stickers because of her. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that was added in because of that testing. I can't think of anything specifically, but again, this was a few years ago that I did it. And one of them was specifically an Erin Condren user, and then one of them was not. One of them was at work, and I just kind of had met her more casually, and then the other one is Kat, who I think still comes and watches my videos occasionally. Hey, Kat, if you're there, love you. She was the one, I'm pretty sure it was Kat who recommended doing the meal planning stickers. Again, I hadn't even thought of it. And she's like, you should do that. And I'm like, duh. So at that point, I don't know where I was going to go with that, but yeah, she helped me a lot. Thanks, Kat. But yeah, we met through, well, I don't know if she's okay with me saying too much about where we met. We met through a local event. I'll just say that. I don't want to, I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable by sharing information that they're not okay with unless I get there. Okay. Typically I assume they're cool with first names unless they tell me specifically otherwise. Especially because a lot of first names are pretty, are decently common so that you can't track people down too easily with them. And Kat specifically has posted on the, on my videos recently. So that's why I'm like, okay, I can say her first name. She's put it out there. But yeah, but like I have a friend, YouTube friend, even 𝗲𝗏𝗏, and in her case, she does not feel comfortable putting her real first name out there. And so I don't do that, even though I actually do know it. So that's just an etiquette thing. Make sure people are comfortable with however you identify them. I'm just trying to put a fun background on this, and I did not do that right, I think. Oh, no, I did. I just, I have to weld it and then push it to the back. There we go. Except I grabbed something incorrectly. There we go. Okay. And by the way, I'm more focused on getting the types of stickers that I'm going to put in this kit in place than designing everything perfectly, but it's just fun to, make things look pretty as I go. So I am going to be putting some patterns and stuff on them, but I'm not going to be spending forever making sure it's the exact right thing like I would for the final version of the kit. Let's go back here. Oh, you've already started adding things to your cart? Oh, that's so sweet. Remember, if there is anything that I showed today that is not currently in the shop, feel free to message me on Etsy and let me know that you want to buy it, and I will put together a custom listing for you. That is... What the hell? What is wrong with this Tuesday? Oh, there's two of them. There's Tuesday and Wednesday. What? This is confuzzling. Sorry, I know I always break off in the middle of my sentences. But yes, feel free if there's anything that I featured today or designed today that you want that is not up in the shop yet. And again, that goes for everybody. If it's not up in the shop yet, but you've seen it on my stream, unless I've specifically mentioned like this is going to come out with a subscription box or something like that. I mean, even then you can message me, but in that case, I'll be like, it has to go out with a subscription box before I can sell it to people. So for example, the this mermaid kit, the mini version is in the shop, but the full version isn't. But I initially actually designed a good part of the full boxes on stream. And so in that case, they were designed specifically for the subscription. It's not always the case, but a lot of my kits end up getting designed for my sticker subscription. And so if anybody had wanted to buy the kits, I would have said, you know, wait until I get the subscription kits out and then I'll send them to you. Or, you know, then you can buy it. So, oh, I didn't need to scroll down. This is what happens when I try to talk while I'm working. Yay. Okay. So at this point, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these. Come on. I'm going to detach them. And I'm going to change my my window a little bit. Let me actually do this first. Because during this part of the process, it is very handy to be able to have both this screen and the merge screen, so I can size things, because I know I've mentioned this before, but of course I'm going to mention it again. My goal when creating stickers is to make stickers that are going to fit nicely on you know, are going to look nice in the planner. And there are a lot of things that go into that, some of which I actually will have to worry more about this kit than I typically do for others because I've already done that work. But I also want to make sure they look nice on the sticker pages. Sometimes there's some things that are a little inevitable or a little unavoidable, but for the most part, I like to make them look nice on the sticker pages. So one of the ways I do that is when I'm going to be putting a bunch of stickers next to each other like this, I can put like one design in the background, and usually the sticker, like you don't see enough of it on anything to really see too much of what it is. It just looks like it's really zoomed in or abstract. But on the actual sheet, like you can kind of see a little bit, like you might not guess this is a starfish because again, this is kind of like super zoomed in, but maybe you would. I don't know. So to me, that just kind of makes the sheet look a little nicer. Again, I'm not going to be spending too much time, but since I'm here anyway. Okay, we're going to go back to 140 and then I'll move on. Because I'm saying like, oh, I'm not going to spend so much time doing this, and then I'm spending so much time doing this. Okay. Oh, also, I know I mentioned this at least a couple weeks back, and then I haven't updated you guys on it. So I mentioned that at some point I will be looking for people to essentially send a free sticker kit to in exchange for taking pictures for me that I can use in my Etsy shop or on social media. And so I just wanted to give you an update that even though I have not mentioned that recently, it is still in the plan. I started making a little form that anybody who's interested can fill out. And in case you didn't hear about that when I first announced it or whatever, basically I need some spreads, either real or mock spreads, made with a lot of my sticker kits so I can show people how to use the stickers. And it occurred to me that because everybody has a slightly different planning style, that it would be really cool if I could send some of you guys sticker kits that you could use in your planner and then take some pictures. Like, they don't have to be professional, try to light them nicely so you can see what's going on, but you know, doesn't have to be studio grade or anything like that. And then the idea is like you get the sticker kit in exchange for using it and snapping some pics for me. So that, and I would mail everything to you for free. You wouldn't have to pay for anything. So that would be kind of the deal. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know, in case anybody was wondering, that that had not completely dropped off my radar. I just, I hadn't really done it yet. And so I have a form filled out, like, or I have a form half made up, which is essentially like asking, first, it's like, you know, what kind of planner do you use? And, you know, would you prefer a mini kit or a big kit? And then I'm going to have the like themes of a few different kits. So people could say like, well, I'd want this one or this one. And, you know, so that kind of thing. That way I'm sending you something that if you want to help me out that way, I'm sending you something that you like. I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to let everybody say like, I specifically want that kit. I'm going to let people choose like 3 or something like that. Like, oh, I would be okay with those 3. That way I can take what everybody likes and what everyone would be interested in, and I can try to get a variety of, you know, I don't want to send everybody the mermaid kit, for instance, but, so that's why, that's the current plan. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know about that. And I mean, it has other things like, how do you want me to credit you? Do you want me to just use your first name? Do you want me to say your social media? Do you want to remain anonymous? Like all that good stuff, just so I have it. And I am not, I'm not like chasing people down later trying to get that info, because I have personally been in that situation many a time. Not specifically for this, but in like where I'm trying to complete something and like I'm trying to get something from someone or do something, and you know, everybody's busy, so they don't get back to me, and then it holds me up. So I figure if that's something you're interested in helping me out, I'll just get everything from anybody who's interested right off the bat. And that way, all you have to do is fill out the form, and then when you get the stickers, you know, plan with them, take pictures, and send them to me. And that way it's easy for everybody, hopefully. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, if people have questions about that now, I mean, I'm happy to answer them. I will officially announce it later, but since we're here just hanging out and chatting, I figured since it came to my mind, I'd mention it. That I'm still doing that. I'm also thinking at some point about just doing like essentially a giveaway. And ooh, this could actually be a good opportunity to ask for feedback. I'm not sure if it would be better to say, I'm giving X sheets of stickers away, like show you the stickers I'm giving away, or sorry, I just got a text from my mom. I wanted to make sure it wasn't urgent. Or I could give a shop credit, or like essentially an e-gift card to my Etsy shop, so you could pick out whatever you want. I would be able to give away more stickers if I don't let you choose what stickers you get. Let's just put it that way, because even if I do Etsy shop credit, you would have the benefit of picking out exactly what you want, and you'd even be able to add more stuff onto it and pay for it if you wanted, but I would have to pay Etsy fees. Whereas if I just say, I'm giving away this sticker kit, or I'm giving away these sticker sheets, or whatever it is, again, this is separate from the whole, like, help me out and give me pictures. This is just a general giveaway. If I just do that, then really all I have to pay for is materials and postage. I don't have to pay Etsy a % or anything like that. So it's just one of those things where I just need to figure out how I'm going to do that. I think I would like to do that at some point. If I do a giveaway, my guess is I'll end up making a separate video and uploading it at some point. That way, I don't know. I'll announce it in my streams, but I'll do like a video as well talking about it. And then it will probably be a link where you go to a website to enter, that sort of thing. Sorry, I feel like I'm rambling more than usual. Probably not, but that's what I feel like. Okay, so I think part of what I would end up needing to do eventually for one of these kits is, you know, put a lot of stickers together and then see what I could physically fit on a page. As you could probably tell from that 6-page sticker kit, there's more stickers than you could probably feasibly use in a week. But the idea is that if you wanted to do a no white space spread, you would have enough stickers to do it and be able to, like, you wouldn't have to use exactly the same set of stickers. You have some choice. So this might be the same kind of thing. Let's see, we have a meeting. Let's grab a bill due. Probably want a couple of those. Do you guys like the appointment with the thing on the side where it says appointment, or where it just has this? I feel like this makes it more clear what the sticker is, but this makes it a little bit more streamlined because it doesn't say appointment. But for somebody who doesn't know what that sticker is, it could be kind of hard to figure it out. Let's see, what else do we need? So I'm thinking probably as I said, I'm trying to design this as if it's a no white space spread so that someone could feasibly do that, at least. So now I'm thinking, like, for that space right there, if someone wanted to cover it, I'm thinking again, for lack of a better term, a half box would be the right sticker for that. Okay, so, sorry, I'm getting mixed up and I'm just kind of talking to myself. So I think, and of course my nose is getting a little runny because my allergy meds are wearing off. Okay, so I think I want 1/4 box per day. So let's do that. Yes, I'm all over the place right now. I'm half just trying to figure out what stickers need to be in the kit, I guess, is what I'm trying to communicate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. I feel like 2 bill dues might be appropriate. I could do 3 if I have room, but I think at least 2 would be good because I feel like having 2 bills due in the same week is reasonable. I'm going to use this one for the time being, I think. And then this is the box that, once I test it, should cover the calendar here. There. Remember I said earlier that the one I designed last week was a little bit too short to cover some of the calendars, so I had to resize it. But I'll just do 2 of those so that one could do them side by side if one wanted to. Maybe I should do like 2 or 3 half boxes at least. That way if someone wanted to use them more than once, they could. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to have the whole issue with the size of these stickers not playing very nicely with the normal dimensions of my sticker sheet. So I'm either going to have to get creative, or I am going to have to, I think I grabbed the wrong version of these now that I think about it. I'm either going to have to get creative, or I'm going to have to change the sticker sheet size. Now I'm thinking, no, I didn't grab the wrong version of these. So I'm just going to group those together. I hope me being all over the place is not too crazy for you guys. We have definitely gotten into the time of the day where my brain is a little bit of a sieve. But I'm still having fun, so I'm going to go until it gets even, until it turns into even less of a sieve, or more of a sieve. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to communicate at least a little bit. So, what else do I need? I mean, weekend banners, obviously that's something I had in my existing mini kit. But with the compact vertical, we have Saturday here and Sunday here. Sorry, everything's kind of opposite. So I'm not sure if a weekend banner would really work so well. I mean, one could put a weekend banner up here above Friday, but not everybody considers Friday part of the weekend. I typically don't myself. So I don't think a weekend banner is really applicable. And then the other thing is, checklists. Do I want to put two different versions of the checklists? I could do 7 checklists that are the normal spaces, and then I could do 7 checklists where the hearts are every other space. But then that would be a lot of checklists. Maybe my brain is too much of a sieve. I think we're going to end up needing 4 sticker sheets for this. Maybe put a blank reminder on there as well, then someone can fill it out. Are you thinking about something kind of like this, but as like saying reminder instead? I could also do a habit. Oh, I wanted to do a habit tracker and then make it go all the way across. Okay, I need to do that. And that would be nice on the little thing that's next to Sunday. I could probably pull my little icons over just as they are. I might want to resize them though so they fit nicely in the lines. And I'd probably also want to pull the deco over. Just because deco's fun, I guess. I don't know. I might do that later though, because part of that will depend on how much space I have left after I put all of the other functional stickers in. Okay, so icon stickers, we'll need to double check the sizes on those. Some page flags could be cute. I don't use page flags is the thing. I included them for a little while as like an obligatory thing in my kits because for 1 or 2 years, Erin Condren had little page flags in their 7x9 vertical. Maybe in the horizontal too, I just didn't have it that year. And I like to include ones to cover it in case you wanted to theme them. But now I kind of keep them there because I know some other people like page flags, and also just it's one of those things like, well, I had space, so why not? So I'll pull those over. It might not end up being 3, it might end up being 2, it might end up being 4. Again, it's sometimes kind of hard like trying to design a kit to fit as many people's needs as possible. Obviously, I designed the mini kit focusing on my needs more than anybody else's, but I also tried to kind of keep everybody else in mind as well. But when you only have so many stickers to put down, you kind of have to choose. And I think this was the 2nd or maybe 3rd big iteration. No, it was the 2nd. So I had the 1st iteration of the mini kit. I talked about this earlier. I had the original iteration of it. And then when we got the hexagon, I redesigned it. And then when we didn't have the hexagons anymore, I made a few changes so we didn't have the hexagons. You're gonna hop off quirky nerdy planner girl. You need a shorter username. I'm kidding, but I trip over every time I read it. Thank you for being here live. I hope I was entertaining, and thank you for all of your suggestions and your help with making stickers. I had a lot of fun. I hope to see you again some other time. Ackman, a sticker that says something like reminder or reminder with a spot to write, or on the rare occasion that is not a sticker for it, like remember to get books on tape from mom. Okay. Ooh, I have an interesting idea for that. Okay. I am going to pull in a sticker kit. I don't think I ever released this. Maybe I did. Oh, okay, I can call you Lindsay. I can't guarantee I'll remember every time, but if I can remember, that will definitely be less of a mouthful. So thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate it. I am personally bad with names. It's part of the reason why I don't like to be mad at anybody if they get mine wrong. I know 𝗏 is not a common name. It's part of the reason why I came up with that nickname. Yeah, I do like to give that disclaimer. I'm not always the best with names. So what I'm looking for is my monthly kits. I gave up on these a long time ago because they were pissing me off. Ooh, that could be another really awesome design with me thing to like kind of come back to my monthly kits, except I don't know where they went. Did they end up on another drive? Maybe they ended up archived, or maybe they ended up in the sticker kits folder. The sticker kits folder didn't used to be a thing. Like all of these were just in the main folder, and then that main folder got crazy busy. And I had to pull them out, and I still need to reorganize my main folder. Let's see, sticker club, sticker kits. I'm literally gonna have to read down these. Baking supplies, big stickers, Bill Do Birthday, 𝗬𝗏 boxes, bottom boxes tall. Some of these are like also old that I don't do anymore, like the 𝗬𝗏 boxes. I technically have them in the shop, but I don't really make them anymore. Christmas, coffee cups, corner stickers. Coffee cups probably need to be rolled into something else. Again, I haven't gone and like completely gotten rid of or merged stuff when applicable. In some cases, stuff needs to be rolled out of other folders. Easter sheets, experiments. I'm pretty sure most of what's, yeah, there's nothing in experiments essentially. Ribbon checklist, full box, diagonal, fitness, fold over. Ooh, I need to finish those. I forgot about those. Freebie, functional samples. Ooh, you know what could be fun one of these weeks is let's go through all of my unfinished stickers and decide if it's actually worth finishing them. And if so, you guys can give me feedback. Let's see, Payday pet stickers, Pride hearts, Pride rainbows, Pride rectangles, Pride stickers, pumpkins. I need to get some of those profanity stickers out. I like those. Quarantine tracker, quarter boxes, headers, sarcasm, school science script. I think the monthly stuff, I must have archived that into my other drive, which I don't think I have down here. Yeah, it's at my mom's place. I was going to do some stuff for her, and so I needed to bring my drives over so that, because I needed a drive to put some of her stuff on. Damn it, that would have been perfect. So I don't know if they're still in my shop at all, but I'd love to kind of show you what I was talking about because I don't want to like get all cagey about it because that was not the intention. I think I have some tests printed out, but let me see if any version of this made it into my shop so I can kind of show you what I was talking about. Well, I should say made it into my shop and I actually kept it in my shop. The other thing is, I don't even know if it's still available. Long time ago, I started a second shop called Coco and Opal Prints, which was supposed to be my printables shop. And again, nothing really ended up happening with it. Okay, I don't think this is exactly what I was thinking, but this will kind of show you what I was talking about. I think I would have to rework it for this. But literally like the only file available in here. Oh, and I don't even think I had any other things, so it's going to be hard for me to show. Hopefully you'll be able to get a good enough idea. So the idea I had for these was, it was kind of a like create your own like icon sticker. So I had a bunch of these stickers here, essentially like, I think they were like more like header size than quarter box size, if I'm remembering correctly. And then I had a bunch of these icon stickers. And the idea was that these were perfectly sized to put on top of this so that you could effectively create your own little, well, sorry, all the things. I should like really just take down the narcissistic thing of my face. Anyway, let's see, go back to my current shop. Okay, so let's go back into, now let me tell you, like the monthly kit pissed me off in general, so it never ended up getting, like I ended up releasing a couple of them and then they ended up pissing me off. So I actually probably should actually do, I'm saying actually a lot. But the idea was create your own, like these sorts of stickers. But because I knew that like everybody wanted different things, the idea was like, I'll give you a bunch of icons and I'll give you a bunch of these, and you're not going to end up using all the icons, but you can, you know, you have, you know, as you could see, like there were like so many icons, but only a limited number of these strips, so that there wasn't going to, like, less overall sticker wastage, I think, was kind of the option, or you could use these strips without the icons. So I don't have the files with me right now. This is my old logo, by the way. I ended up changing it. I like the new one a lot better. It's stayed a long time. Ooh, that could be kind of fun, showing like all my old like sticker designs and stuff. I actually still have some of the kits and stuff that I did earlier. And I even have some of the sheets that I made before I launched my shop and some changes that I made, so that could be kind of fun. Now that I'm looking at this, I should come back to these monthly kits because this is kind of cute. Okay, maybe that's what we'll do next weekend. We'll see. But yeah, I think implementing something like that in the compact vertical could be fun. And even something like this for like as a standalone for the for like a sheet of stickers you could buy where it has, you know, a bunch of icons and then some of that. I'm not sure if it would I'd really want it to be a one-to-one per se. But maybe you could buy like additional sheets of these and or icons so that you could like get the ones that you want. I don't know. Make your own take the cat to be fixed sticker. Would be needed, but only the sticker once. Yeah, it's one of those things that only really needs to happen once. And then especially because in the US foster system, I don't know if it's required, but cats are typically fixed by the shelter before they get adopted out, which is why they get fixed at 2 months in the US shelter system. I've actually heard it's better for the cat's health to get fixed later in life, at like closer to 4 or 6 months or even a year. But I think what they found is people don't take them back to get fixed. And so they have determined that it's better overall to do spay neuter a little bit earlier so that you don't have a cat population that keeps ballooning. Then it's better to do that than to, you know, anyway. But yeah, that is the kind of sticker you really only need once. Oh, did I show you, by the way, Ackman? I haven't completely finished it yet, but I did do some other stuff with the Take the Cat to the Vet sticker that we worked on. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now. Do I still have that up in Photoshop? I don't think I do. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Watch me have not saved it. Of course, it's going to take forever to pull up. I don't think I saved it here. I have to remember where I would have put it. I probably put it in pet stickers in design assets, knowing me. I want to be able to like hire people full-time to work, even maybe someday get a studio to, you know, like have a bunch of different sticker cutters and, you know, pay people to come in and help me with production and stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. But explaining my file system, I mean, I don't think my file system's too bad, but watch it be bad. Anyway, so I was able to get it looking like this in Photoshop. Basically, I was able to get the text to curve without it getting super distorted. And I still want to do a little bit more with it, but I just wanted to show you, like, I don't know if you remember how it looked initially when we were doing it in Silhouette Studio, and I don't even remember if I still have that file. Well, I probably do, knowing me, because I save everything, but I don't know where the file is. But the text was really distorted. And so anyway, I wanted to show you I hadn't completely forgotten about it. It just, yeah, anyway. So I'm going to make a couple of tweaks. That exclamation point was being a little annoying. I might take it out, but I kind of like it as well. It's weird. Anyway, I'm going to do a couple of little tweaks, probably just like, oh, put this a little that way or that way. And then when I pull it into Silhouette, I'll be able to change the color pretty easily, which is why I was designing it just in black. So yeah, there's that. No claw on the paw. No, I didn't want to put claws on the paws because typically cat paw print, usually when I see cat paw prints shown, they don't have claws. Usually when you see the claws, even though cats have claws, usually you'll see it in the context of dog paw prints, I guess because their nails are bigger. And so I pulled this picture a good couple years ago at least, but I actually spent a fair amount of time looking at how cat and dog paw prints are typically represented and trying to find one that could be both. Because I know that even though I'm a cat person, I know not everybody else is, and it made more sense if I could find a paw print that would work well for both than not. But yeah, that's the paw print I'm using because I don't feel like looking for another one. Oh, so the drive that's at my mother's, it's like my archive. Well, technically it's 2 drives, but yeah, they're my archive drives. So I don't use them on a daily basis. But if I'm running out of space or something, I'll archive stuff on there. Bear paws have bigger claws. Yeah, and like, okay, maybe I was thinking of bears and not cats and dogs. But yeah, the archive drives are at my mom's. I'll grab them. I've mentioned it before. I live really close to my mom. It's just a matter of actually remembering to go and grab them. I just don't use them very often. I do have to clear them off and reformat them because they are regular hard drives and not solid state drives, which means, and they're also cheap. So they come unformatted. They don't come unformatted, but they like lose the ability to write to them every so often. And so I'm in one of those spaces now where I have to take everything off of them and reformat them. At some point, I will wise up and just spend money to get a backup drive or two that's a solid state drive, and I will not continue to have this problem with. But in the meantime, these are the drives I have. The current drive that I use, I don't know if you saw it when I was pulling up my drive stuff, but well, yeah. So this is, you can't see it there on my screen, but this is my external drive that is hooked up to my computer all the time. The drive is named Juno. Yes, I named my electronics. My computer is named Adriana. My switch is Cordelia, or Cordy for short. Anyway, it's just a fun thing I do to like, it's so much more fun seeing Juno on my desktop than, removable drive. So yeah, anyway. So the drives that are at my mom's are Tamara and Miranda. in case anybody's curious. And my printers are Maria and Ariel. And then I have another printer, technically, that is colorblind, that's at my dad's. I actually need to check to see if he was able to fix it. I swear there's like a tube that got crossed or something. It is refurbished, so there's a little bit of a reason for it. But yeah, it literally, I like to call it my colorblind printer, but hopefully he can fix it. Sharon, you're gonna get going? Okay, have a good rest of your night. Yeah, I know, getting a little late in the Eastern time zone, yay for Pacific. Yeah, I think the drive names are fun. I mean, like my phone is named Valeria. I don't like, oh, I'm gonna go grab Valeria when I'm saying I'm gonna go grab my phone, but like it pops up like if I'm gonna, you know, airdrop something is Valeria and not Tef's iPhone. So yeah, again, just one of those things that's fun. I've been doing it since I was in high school, and I don't know. They're all Shakespeare names too. I actually don't like Shakespeare, but the first one was the first drive that got named. Essentially, I needed a drive for my school's literary arts magazine because we needed a way to move files between computers, and this was like 20 years ago, almost, when technology and like shared stuff wasn't as good, and it wasn't. What the hell am I doing? There wasn't money essentially to get us what we needed, and I wanted an external drive anyway. So my idea was I got a drive. It was actually my birthday, so my parents gave it to me for my birthday, and then I brought it into school for the remainder of that year, and then at the end of the school year, I just brought it home because it was my personal drive. And look, we did have a place where we could keep it locked up, but like everybody else who needed it could access it. And so I just thought like, oh, you know, I don't really name things, but this would be a fun thing to do. And one of the people suggested calling it Macbeth, which because I also have a lot of theater friends, or had a lot of theater friends in high school, immediately started calling the Scottish hard drive. And since then, all of my electronics have gotten Shakespeare names. I'm running out of Shakespeare names that I like, though, so eventually we might have to go non-Shakespeare. But that's okay. It's still one of those fun things. Again, seeing Juno on my desktop is a lot more fun than seeing, you know, hard drive number 2. Okay, so what I'm currently thinking is I'll have 7 quote-unquote normal quarter boxes, and then I will use that idea from here. I'll probably have to redesign it a little bit, but this kind of icon thing, I don't know if that's going to actually be the size of it. It might be closer to the little icon things I have now, but instead of these, I'm thinking I might do something like this, and I'm not sure if I will redesign the quarter boxes or if I will, and I'll just have more quarter boxes. It might be a little boring on a sheet to have like a gazillion quarter boxes, though. I mean, didn't the person in the Scottish play, that's what the joke is, by the way. Theater people do not say the name of that play outside the theater. They call it the Scottish play. So that's where the joke of calling it the Scottish hard drive came in. I'm pretty sure that person dies at the end. I could be wrong. But also, now that I know that like I should get a solid state drive instead of just a hard drive, it's like, okay, you know, I know that between the cats running across my desk and me, like, I'm just going to be a little bit, like, I didn't think I was hard on my electronics, but apparently I am, because those things have become corrected several times. I've also heard that I got a not so reliable brand of hard drive, but it's also painful because, like, I can get a, like, 2 or 3 terabyte 2 or 3 terabyte external HD for like $100-150, but it costs like $350 or something like that to get a 1 terabyte SSD. And I'm like, ugh, the SSD is so much better, but it's also so much more expensive. But I also don't like to delete anything ever. So, like, I legitimately have photos going back to like 2002 on old hard drives because I didn't have space to move them over. But yeah. I have stopped naming the drives after people that have like a prominent death, I will say. Like, I had one hard drive that I named Juliet. That hard drive had some issues. The Scottish hard drive actually had some issues too. Let's see, Viola, I don't think had a lot of issues. I think that hard drive for the most part still going strong, except that it was formatted for Windows machines, and now I have a Mac. That's the other thing, is I have a lot of old hard drives that are formatted for Windows machines and are a little bit, it's a little annoying to go back and forth between Windows and Mac, because even if like you can get programs that will let one system read the other, but they use slightly different either file name lengths or a couple other things that just makes it a little bit annoying to try to move it between computers. But I still have my like super old PC laptop. I mean, when we're talking super old, like the thing was slow as molasses in January in 2016 when I got my current laptop. All right, I think I'm gonna need to roommate on what I'm gonna do with these. I'm not sure if I'll do any work before next Saturday, but I'll probably do sticker designing again on Saturday, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a really nice way for me to get a nice kick in the ass to actually design some new stickers, as well as to crowdsource some ideas from you guys, so I actually know what stickers people want and what's not necessarily on the market, because again, everybody has their own planning style, so getting to hear what you guys would like is very helpful. I also need to figure out, I would like to do at least one decorative box. Right now I'm thinking about doing like decorative half boxes, but I don't want to have to like completely redo the artwork. Ideally, I would love to be able to like resize it or something that's fairly easy. And some of these I could like change to this aspect ratio fairly easily, and some of them I can't. So I need to think about that more. Now that I kind of have a little bit of a basis for what kind of stickers I'm going to include, I might spend a little bit of time looking at what other people are doing for their compact vertical kits. Because I feel like I have enough going on here that I will not be copying other people if I look at their stuff. If that, does that, I know I was kind of describing that earlier, and I understand that it's a little bit of it's a subtle line. But I know that if I look at other people's ideas for doing stickers and stuff like that and spend too much time on them before I've developed too much of my own ideas or my own style, then I will end up copying their stuff, or I won't say I'll end up copying it. I will have the tendency to copy what they're doing versus coming up with my own. So right now I have a little bit of a basis for my own stuff. You know, kind of what I think should be included. I also haven't used my compact vertical yet. I got the 12-month that doesn't start until July. So I should probably start maybe pre-stickering some weeks in July or something like that. I know I will not end up using every page in this planner for the year, because I also have my traditional vertical. I'm not sure which is going to end up being my main one. I'm sure I'll also want to try out other planners, and I'm sure there will also be several weeks where I do not end up planning, because that's what ends up happening with me. but I don't know what weeks those are going to be yet. So right now I've already half sacrificed this week in October, though all of these stickers I just put down today, so I could still take them up without too much damage to the page. If I was smart, I would print test stickers on removable matte paper. It's not like a sticky note where you can just take it off and put it down and it will be like perfect. I know that there are some things you can get that help you do that. I don't have any of them personally, but I don't tend to like to test stuff on removable matte paper just because it's more expensive. If anything, sometimes I have a big stack. Yeah. If anything, I will use the cheapest sticker paper I have to test designs on because it is still, it's not quite high enough quality for me to want to sell it, but it's like perfectly fine for testing. So I'm forgetting what the actual issue is, but I have a big stack of sticker paper that I don't want to use to sell stickers on unless I really get into a situation that I have to. And I think it's that there's like something written on the back or something like that. And I got that sticker paper, I bought it because at the time I was using sticker paper to print my shipping labels on. And then I ended up getting a label maker. And so I ended up with this big thing of essentially test paper. But now that I'm not, now a lot of times when I test stuff, it's like I print it out and I like, you know, make sure everything is like visible and printed correctly, because sometimes when you have lines that are too skinny, they don't print right and you can't see it. It's more of a test for that than for actually putting them in the planners for the most part, just because I've been doing this for so long and I kind of often know what's going to work and what's not going to work. But when I'm creating a brand new kit, there will be a lot of running it through, you know, making it, oh, this has to be a little bit smaller, this has to be a little bigger, things like that. So I should probably get out the test paper for that. But I think I'm kind of done for now. But you guys have been so much help today, and you gave me so many ideas, and this was a lot of fun. So thank you. There was one more thing by Ackman that I haven't read. Did the Scottish Hard Drive ask for a Guinness first before allowing you to access it? It didn't, but it was a little temperamental. It was definitely temperamental. I don't remember if that person in the Scottish play was temperamental. I know, if I'm remembering correctly, I think his wife ended up being kind of bossy and telling him what to do. Like, I'm not sure how to refer to the characters outside of the theater. Again, I'm like just superstitious enough to care. Like I said the name of the play / hard drive once, and now I'm like, okay, I said it once, I don't need to say it again. But like, I'm just superstitious enough that I don't want to say it, even if it would make things easier. Anyway, whew. If you guys have any suggestions of any other stickers that you think should be in the compact vertical kit, or any stickers you would like me to make in general, feel free to let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay, or if you just have ideas after this, because the chat dies, I guess, effectively after I end the stream. But yeah, I'm always open to suggestions, whether they are compact vertical stickers or suggestions for other sorts of stickers. One more reminder, if you are interested in purchasing any of the stickers you saw me design today or I designed last week and they are not up in the shop yet, there is a link to my Etsy down below, or you can just go to cocoandopaldesign.com and then there's a button to go to Etsy. It's like a splash page and there's an Etsy button there. And then message me on Etsy and tell me, you know, I saw this video on your YouTube stream, I want to buy it, and I can put together a custom listing for you so you can buy it as my YouTube audience before it's officially available to the world. So I just want everyone to know that. It's like, I don't want anyone to feel like it's any trouble. If anything, it's giving me the kick in the ass to actually get it together. So that is always available. If there's ever a reason why I can't, I will let you know, but you're always welcome to ask. So that is a thing. And then I will be streaming next on Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Planner news is typically Mondays. There hasn't been a ton of Erin Condren news. I've been trying to find other things. We'll see. But yeah, I do like to try to focus on something planner news-ish on Mondays. Thursdays is kind of dealer's choice, whatever I, again, feel like doing that week. And then Thursdays is 4 p.m. Pacific as well. And then Saturday, again, 4 p.m. Pacific. Saturday tends to be a little bit more casual. I don't stream every Saturday, just most Saturdays. And Saturday is, I guess, kind of casually dedicated to designing stickers. Not officially, but it's like the casual hangout stream, stuff like that. Oh yeah, Samantha, I am just finishing up. Sorry about that. I've been streaming for a little over 2.5 hours now, and even though I did take a break, my brain is just a jumbled mess, and yeah, sorry about that. But you are welcome to go back and watch the replay, and feel free to give me any feedback you have. Just since you are here, I was attempting to design a compact vertical kit, and I was basically just getting to the point where I was like, okay, what stickers would I want in the kit? And I was trying to figure out what I would do to like replace the decorative full boxes and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure yet, especially because there's not a ton of space on each of the compact vertical days. So yeah, I'm gonna ruminate about that. If you have any suggestions, the current idea is to essentially do just one decorative full box sticker, except it's gonna be like this kind of half box sort of thing. That way you could kind of put it here if you wanted, but I don't know. I haven't decided at this point. I'm probably going to go to Etsy and see what other people are doing. I wanted to kind of come up with some of my own ideas, or at least come up with some ideas with my community before I went to Etsy and started seeing what everybody else was doing, because I wanted to make sure that I was not just copying everybody. I wanted to maybe get inspiration, change things around, improve on it, but I didn't want to get into a situation where I was having to intentionally like, okay, I have to do something different because I don't want to do their thing. So I wanted to come up with my own stuff first, or in collaboration with you guys. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. I'm thinking we're going to pick up next Saturday and may work on it in the meantime. I don't know. Yes, everything is a jumbled mess as far as colors go, and I don't know if this, I mean, they're not going to end up in this spot, but yeah, that's kind of what this looks like. Feel free to go back. I know it is a very long stream, so if you don't end up watching the replay, don't even worry about it. But since you're here for a couple minutes, I just thought I would let you know what was going on. I think it was around, I want to say it was an hour or an hour and a half in, I showed the kittens. If you're interested, they're ginormous. They're ginormous. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go. Yay for long outros at some point. I keep saying this. At some point, I will figure out how to do a condensed outro, but yeah, have not done it yet. Thank you so much for watching, whether you're here live, watching the replay, or anything in between. And I will see you next time. Bye.